Autobots, transform, and roll out. It is the 17th of March, 2026, and this is a big year for Transformers. It legitimately, honestly is a big year for Transformers. So, it is the 40th anniversary of the Transformers, the 1986 animated film, which has probably the best soundtrack ever. Like, one of the best soundtracks ever, honestly. Um, yeah, that vinyl record. My daughter actually got me the vinyl collector's edition, the Transformers the movie soundtrack, and it's amazing. And you can't see it. My record player is just off camera, but it's right there, and I love listening to that. It's just a good soundtrack, even outside of it being Transformers. Um, let's see. Then we have so beyond the 40th anniversary, it's also the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars. And in addition to all that, so Hasbro is really celebrating the movie, the animated film, but they're not doing a whole lot for Beast Wars. But what are they doing in the future? And that's what we're going to talk about. Miguel says, "Sup, bye." Bye? What else? What else would you have called me besides boss? Unless were you going to call me sup, my bisexual admirer? Like what was that going? Where was that going? Where was that really going? Bird of a feather. Bird of a feather? Who were you in the Discord? Were you a cunt? Were you, I mean, who were you in the Discord? I'm trying to think about the last person. So, the last person kicked from the Discord started spamming a link to see them nude. Was that you? That was the last person banned from the Discord. See me nude, and it was like a mass, like posted in every channel to see me nude. If that was you, no one wanted to see that at all. So, but that's it. That was the last person removed from the Discord. And before that, it was a similar situation, except they were DMing people. Weird stuff. So if you were one of those two, okay, like I don't know, but yeah, like that was it. That was the last two people. No, I did not see me nude. The person messaging. Let's be clear. Okay, so Hasbro's plans. This comes from an investor meeting. So again, well, I thought that was locked behind your only stands. My nudes are locked behind my only stands. They're 100%. Like I don't just post those for free. So Hasbro spoke to investors. Now this is following news because there's a lot to this story. So this is following news that Target has announced that they're shrinking their toy sections. I think that's a little clickbaity. I think there's some grift tied to that. There are sections of Targets that are going to be cutting down on the Funko Pops and things like that. I don't think. I don't think we got to worry about that. That's not really a part of the conversation here. There's a lot of grifting involved in that. There's a lot of clickbait involved in that. The average toy sections are not going anywhere. And again, I don't know how Walmart got caught up in this conversation either. Walmart hasn't said anything about the toy sections. Target says they're going to be cutting back, but again, when they say that, they're cutting back on their extraneous. I don't even know what those toy lines are called, but like their massive Funko Pop sections and things like that are going to be shrinking. The actual action figure Lego aisles, those are effectively still, as of today, though the planners for those are still staying the same. So this has nothing to do with that. Hasbro, all of that. Yes, the tariffs are awful. The price increases. Inflation's a terrible thing when your wages aren't going up. That's a whole other conversation. I absolutely agree with that. The Trump administration is a criminal organization ran by pedophiles, which is interesting because we're talking about toys here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was curious how to get more kids' attention. Miguel, my wonderful employee, is posting. I actually like that. That looks good. I like that. He's posting in the Discord right now. Okay, Hasbro plans. Hasbro told investors that they have that their plans for Transformers will continue beyond toys. That Hasbro is very pleased with their toy sales. You take that or leave that. Hasbro can't lie to investors, and this isn't about lying to investors. So we're moving on from questioning, Hasbro doing that. But Hasbro told investors that the future of Transformers beyond 2026 is looking very bright. We are actively in development with a partner on a AAA high quality Transformers game. In addition to that, we're working with Robert Kirkman and Skybound to develop a Transformers animated series targeted at adult fans of the Energon Universe comics. Of course, that ties into our massive comics partnership with Kirkman and Skybound that continues to exceed all sales and all expectations, which, again, Hasbro's really underselling the comic. I know it's just Transformers, but I know it's just Transformers, but like, that comic is really good. And that comic is honestly the reason we're getting an adult animated series. Like, we owe that comic book a lot. We owe Robert Kirkman, Daniel Warren Johnson, Jorge Corona, Joshua Williamson, is it? Yeah, we owe those guys a lot. 3 years ago. You're gonna tell me your Discord name. Yeah, you're gonna tell me your Discord name because like I can't organize it by that, man. But my mods, Miguel and Dread are mods who pretty much kind of handle all of that now. So say your name, somebody will go through the list and find it. Uh, but whatever the Discord name is. And yes, I'm giving you guys work on air. Isn't that awesome? So the adult animated series is inspired by the Energon universe. We've talked about this before, but again, it's worth if you haven't heard it, we're just going to quickly just a little point in it. The Transformers adult animated series. Again, we're not talking about something that's going to be. We're not talking about sex and a lot of that. In terms of violence, if you've seen the comic, you're going to see kind of how it's adapting. It's been described not as a one-to-one adaptation, but it's going to be inspired by, and it's going to take pieces from. It's going to take Void Rivals, it's going to take GI Joe, it's going to take Transformers, and it's going to that's the plan. Production has described it as an 8 to 12 episode season one. Kirkman has said that again, Kirkman, Hasbro, all this is kind of behind closed doors gossip. They want to, the hope would be to expand this to multiple shows one that focuses on GI Joe, even potentially a smaller show that would focus on Void Rivals. But right now, everything's going to be compact and held into the Transformers series. It already has a showrunner. It's already in development. It doesn't have a network yet. It has nothing to do with Paramount. Last I heard, we talked about this, Paramount passed on it. I feel like it's going to go to Amazon, but that might just that might just be me with my biases. That's just all there is to it. So we have that. We have an adult animated show. We have the targeted young adult series or kids series. I think that's Cyber World. I'm sorry, I'm not really super following Cyber World. But there's Cyber World. So we have that. That's planned to continue for at least the next 18 months. The Transformers adult animated series is not going to replace the targeted kid focus lines for the foreseeable future. Those will still fork. So again, probably it will continue to air on YouTube. I don't see anything changing about that. Hasbro didn't make note of it, so there we go. We're moving on. Then, of course, Transformer film. Hasbro is very excited to continue development on the next stage of their Transformers films. Hasbro currently believes that the next best approach is a complete reboot. This is key here, there is no one currently attached to the next Transformers film. There is no screenwriter, there is no director. Hasbro does not comment on any of the Michael Bay rumors. There is no comment at all on any of the rumors. Again, that's it. That's kind of where it ends for us. But there is, as of right now, no actual news confirmed by Hasbro on the next Transformers film. Right now, there is no Transformers film. There is not one. The best case scenario, from my perspective, it's early 2026 right now. The best case scenario is they get a script and a director together this year. It films in 2027. It comes out in 2028, right before Paramount loses the license, because Paramount has to put out a Transformers film within a certain amount of time. I think, now Hasbro's not going to say this. This is my interpretation, because Hasbro's not going to say this stuff out loud. I get the feeling Hasbro wants Paramount to drag their feet so that Hasbro can take the license elsewhere. That's my gut instinct. It really does feel that way. Some of these statements read. I mean, again, it's all PR. Even to investors, it's PR and you're hyping up plans, and I get that. And Hasbro's not going to say we really want Paramount to drag their feet so that we can get our film license back. I think Hasbro wants to shop around the license. I think Hasbro knows, like we know, like the fans know, there isn't a lot here. There isn't a lot that Paramount's willing to do with Transformers anymore. There's just not. I mean, that's the feeling I get, and I feel like talking to other fans, that's the feeling they get as well. Personally, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, give it to Universal. I'm telling you, Universal could make an awesome Transformers movie. Just get different people involved. And again, Hasbro clearly wants to reboot it, but, I mean, obviously there's no guarantee that Paramount will. Hasbro wanted Bumblebee to be a complete reboot. This fight between Hasbro and Paramount, it just doesn't look good. Creatively, it's just a complicated mess. That's why Travis Knight left. We didn't get Travis Knight's Transformers film because of Paramount, and I will not ever let that go. Miguel is sharing tons of Beast Wars fan art in the Discord, and I'm just like, shit, man. It's the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars. We do have plans on the Transformers channel. We're going to be doing it. I'm not going to record the rewatch, but we're going to be doing a rewatch of Beast Wars from beginning to end. And each episode is going to have a couple minute video with some reactions and stuff, because I haven't watched Beast Wars from beginning to end in a long time. And for Beast Wars celebrating its 30th anniversary, I'm going to have some fun. My son and I are going to be sitting down and watching it. We already watched the Transformers the movie celebrating its 40th anniversary. I have some clips of my son's reaction to some of the moments. That video is going to be going up on our Transformers channel, which I'm excited for. He's totally into Transformers. Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna keep going. I digressed because of the artwork. I love whoever this artist is, because I can't tell the name. You'll have to tell me, Miguel, where you're finding it, because I love this interpretation of Rat Trap and Cheetor. I don't care for that Orion Pax. I'm sorry, but the Beast Wars is the last two Beast Wars that you posted are freaking awesome. Whoever that artist is. Anyway, so Transformers films. Hasbro wants to reboot it. They want to do another one. I get the feeling Hasbro wants Paramount to drag their feet so that they can lose the license. But at the same time, if Paramount fast tracks it, it's very possible they will get it out before the deadline. But that means they're going to have to go into production on a Transformers movie next year. That's just really the best case scenario. They're going to have to go into production on a film next year. So they need a script and a director this year. It's only March. You can do that. That's very doable. But there isn't one as of today, March 17th. There is no Transformers movie. There is no screenwriter. There is no director. And so that's what we have. I know that they were talking to Michael Bay. I know Paramount was talking to Michael Bay, but that seems to have gone silent. And I don't see a world where Shia LaBeouf comes back. I don't see a world where most of those guys don't come back. We'll see. That might be my biases, but we'll see. I don't see how you put Shia into a Transformers film with all of that. You know what I mean? I think it's a safer bet to bring on Megan Fox, and even Megan Fox has just a bunch of shit I wouldn't want to deal with in terms of the PR nightmare that both of those people are. In my opinion, I think Hasbro's right. Please reboot it. Paramount, if you try to fast track a movie, please reboot it. All of this art, these are pretty old. Okay, well, for those in the Discord, they're already going to see it, but there is an artist called Yotaku Boy. It's a great name. I'm going to let Miguel post the artist's name in here in the comments. But Yotaku Boy is doing some amazing shit, frankly. So, there you go. And, okay, there. Sorry, in my move of with my employees, I forgot to make them managing mods on our channel, so I had to fix that. Let's see, where was I at? Hey Dan, surprised you didn't do a Star Wars stream. Uh, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of Star Wars. I mean, like, I love Star Wars, but like the Star Wars that I love, like I'm reading old expanded universe books, but nobody wants to talk about those. Nobody wants to talk about those. Surprised you didn't do a Star Wars stream. So like, yeah, just that. I mean, like to me, there's more to talk about for Transformers. There's more leaks for Transformers anyway. Um, Meant to ask if those plans in the Discord were still in place or if things changed. Plans in the Discord. Uh, I'm not sure what we're. I'm not sure which ones those were. I apologize. I've had a lot. I've had a lot going on this year in terms of getting my company started. Um, yeah, so like I'm not sure at what point those would have been. There, it's not that there's no love for Maul Shadow Lord. It's that I've been. I'm gonna have to see the show to judge it. Like, it's different when. This is going to sound really is. I'm sorry, but this is the honest truth. It's different when Disney isn't paying you. Like, I. There you go. I have no reasons to like chase this stuff. To like chase a Star Wars product just because it's coming out. Starfighter, I will judge, and I will judge when it comes out. But all the leaks, we've already talked about all the Starfighter leaks. I don't have anything new about that. The Maul Shadow Lord leaks, we covered it. We've talked about it. Now it's just a matter of judging the show. And since Disney isn't paying me anymore, I don't I don't have a reason to like hype shit up. um, Okay, so Miguel said the artist did a lot of his Sonic World designs. I love his designs. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to scroll through this artist because, like I said, I love how expressive and fun his Beast Wars is. Honestly, if you're gonna reboot Beast Wars, this is what I would do. And I think Beast Wars is one of those franchises that deserves to be continued. The problem is, and this is the problem with fandom, is there was a I don't know if you want to call it a desire. I don't know what perspective you want to call it, but there's no there's no time. Like everything is like just squished together now. So like Beast Wars needs you have to find a way to have Beast Wars happen, but then find a way to make it tie into the present. I have ideas on how to do that, but that's not this live stream, or at least not this part, because I want to finish going through the leaks. But I think there's a way to do Beast Wars that's better, way better than Rise of the Beast and Stephen Cable Jr. or Cable, Steve Cable. I don't know. He was shit. His how he makes his film is awful. I love this Sonic art. This is great. I love the personality behind it. This is really, really freaking good. Okay, back to this real quick. You mentioned, Jon Favreau. It's Jon. And Dave had plans to introduce kids. That again, just as a reminder, because that's still up on our Discord and it's labeled. That was the rumor. There was a rumor around Celebration that Dave and Jon Favreau were trying to work out how to keep the Skywalker line, and that's why the post episode 9 films kept getting changed and pushed back, because Dave and John were kind of going through the business of, could we do this? Is there a way to do this? Is there a way to do Mara now and make it work? How can we retcon? How can we build this? So all that's been going on. We have Starfighter. They're saying Starfighter has no connections to anything. We just have to wait and see. I know that there's a weird rumor saying Amy Adams is playing Mara Jade, which is where all of this, spun out from. But there's no legitimacy to it yet. I've not seen any proof for any of that. So this year we've got Mandalorian and Grogu. It's supposed to be a 2.5-hour film. We'll see what it does and if there's any surprises in it. But like right now, we're kind of in this nebulous period of, we have a lot of leaks. We have even more rumors, but there's just not enough evidence to prove them, or for any of them to be viable one way or the other. And the grifting, really, that's not my play. So like if I'm just kind of like average on something where it's like a wait and see, I see no reason to make a bunch of videos and live streams about it. And like that's where I'm at with Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I dearly love Star Wars. I've spent money on Star Wars, as you can see. That's Jabba's palace. Um, so I mean, I love Star Wars, but I love a certain period of Star Wars, and I love a certain idea of Star Wars. Like Andor, I think was the only good Star Wars we've gotten in decades. And if we're not going to get more stuff like Andor, I'm just not that excited. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Dan said Talon was going to resurrect Maul. Oh, yeah. Again, all that's true. Um, there is a list that Dave Filoni is keeping off limits. We talked about that ad nauseum in the Discord, which again everybody here is probably aware of. Yeah, all that is still accurate, especially now that Dave Filoni has an even more powerful position. There is a list that's off limits. I have speculated as to why. I speculated in a previous live stream on another channel. I speculated in the Discord. Again, that's just me speculating. I don't see why you keep characters off limits unless something's going on, like in terms of creatively. And then as for Talon, yeah, that was a big rumor that there were plans to bring Maul back post episode 9. So we'll see how all of that ends up shaking out. Let's see. Oh yeah, I saw the robotic too. That's awesome. Okay, so that covers the Transformers film and a couple of those questions. So again, just to quickly reiterate, there is no Transformers film in active development. There is one adult animated series in development that's inspired by the Energon universe, and that is going to happen. I get the feeling it's going to go to Amazon. I don't know when. I don't know if we're going to get a film by Paramount before their license expires. I get the feeling we will. I think I try to be optimistic. The part of me inside, I think there's a biased part of me that's like, oh, I really hope they don't. And then finally, the Transformers game. So this could be a headline and video all on its own. Some of this, most of you are probably already aware of if you're a fan of Transformers, and that is that there have been 3 Transformers games canceled. 2 for console, 1 for mobile. The mobile game hurts. The mobile game was going to be an AR game, where you recruit Transformers to fight, in your heavy metal war. Very Pokemon Go. There was it was available and it was released limited to select few. That game was awesome. I am hurt that game got shelved and canceled. That would have been so much fun as a Transformer fan. The designs in it are amazing. Like, it would have been so good. And again, if you played Pokemon Go, you pretty much know what you would have been getting into. But the way it used AR and the way it built, the way it implemented the Transformers game design was really good. And that hurts. That hurts to lose. So that was the mobile game. Then, of course, Transformers Impact/Rise/Reactivate was also that's the big one that was canceled. Most Transformer fans know about it. If you're a hardcore fan who follows this, you know about it. Otherwise, in terms of the masses, no, nobody really knows about it. So I don't believe it hurt the brand. I had someone ask me, did Transformers Reactivate hurt Transformers gaming brand because of the controversies around it, which again, this channel has covered in depthly. We have, to be frank, we really did. We have thoroughly charted and covered the history. We spoke to former employees of Leiyu. So, we got it. So, this isn't a video to go in depth on that. Here's the footnotes. We have videos, though. So, I don't think it did. It never really hit the public consciousness. You know what I mean? It didn't hit those, it didn't hit it. It was a game, it got canceled, now we just need the next one, and that's, where we are. The third game that was canceled was a sequel. And again, when I say canceled, I don't really think it even made it far beyond a pitch. The stories about it are a little confusing and a little convoluted, but a sequel spiritual successor to Transformers Devastation that ultimately ended up going nowhere. So again, 2 console games and then a mobile game, which takes us to now. As of right now, today, so don't come back here in 6 months if something's canceled. But as of right now, today, there are 2 Transformer games in development. One targeted at younger audience. Again, I chart that to be, I'm not going to be surprised if it's a very cheap Cyber World tie-in. We'll see. I have no other information on it besides what I'm saying to you right now. And then a triple A focused on dedicated for gamers Transformers title in development with their partners. Hasbro's being very careful here, and they've been careful about this game for the last year. Hasbro announced a year ago that there was a Transformers AAA game in development, but they did not say who with, and that's important. That's important because it gets us to where we are today, and I have videos on this where we've dived into my conspiratorial brain. But there is still the question of who the partner is. I think it's very important, very interesting, that Hasbro is not telling us. So whoever this partner is, Hasbro's keep playing it close. They don't want a lot of scrutiny. They don't want a lot of attention. They just want to let these people make the game, which I understand after Impact, Rise, Reactivate. A lot of shit went down. Totally get that. But that leaves Hasbro in a precarious predicament where they're like, we just want to let these people make it. We don't want the stress. You know, we don't want the messy PR. So let's wait. And we'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out. I am still, in the puzzle pieces that I've put together, I am still under the impression that this is either one of 2 things. It is either being developed by Hasbro, Skybound, and Saber, or it is just being developed by Saber with oversight. I'm going to use the word oversight by Skybound. This is, obviously, this is where it gets murky, because you have to interpret leaks and information your own way. I do, until I have a clearer picture, I am still very strongly under the idea that Saber is the one making a Transformers game. Somehow Skybound is involved, which leads me to believe that this is probably going, I would love to see Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona's art brought to life. But we'll have to wait and see. I say this because of comments made by Robert Kirkman, comments made by Skybound employees where they're like, we would love to work on a Transformers game. You never know what the future holds. And they wouldn't directly say that they weren't working on one. Again, doesn't mean anything. Playing devil's advocate, my brain hears that and I'm like, you actually are, aren't you? And again, this ties into an old leak. So, what happened a year ago? A year ago, Hasbro told investors, yes, Reactivate was canceled, but we are actively working with a new partner to develop and go into production on a AAA Transformers title. Here we are a year later. Hasbro confirms that title is in development. No names have been announced, but we do know that Hasbro is working with Saber on a game, and then there was a leak where a Skybound employee said that they were working on a Hasbro title. Skybound has no reason to work on Dungeons and Dragons. That's all I'm saying. I mean, let's be real. Now, I say that none of this might mean anything, but you look at these puzzle pieces, you put them together yourself. You know what I mean? It's like a jigsaw puzzle without any corners. Like, it just, it's endless. You put this news together how you want. I interpret it how I interpret it. But I think there's enough here to draw a line where Hasbro, Saber, Skybound, somehow these 3, there's some combination of these 3 working on a Transformers AAA game. Now, I know what I would want from a Transformers game. I know what I would want. But, and I know that differs. Everybody wants different things. Honestly, that probably could be its own video. Okay, so let's see. Dr. Robotnik, yes, very good. And, he even does Dragon Ball? Right on. This guy, I love it. It's super expressive. But again, the Beast Wars really really gets me excited because, it's the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars, which is crazy to think about. I still remember my first Saturday morning watching that. God, Beast Wars was so good. Now, Hasbro has said their plan is to support the animated series, the adult animated series, the game, and the film with ample toy line support. Now, I already know how this is going to go. I already know. Well, if it's just G1, we don't know what the skins are going to look like. We don't know how the inspiration goes. And G1 sells. It sells. And again, I love many different eras of Transformers. I do. I love Transformers animated. I love Beast Machines. I have a Beast Machines video. That's how much I love it. I love Beast Wars. I love 2001's Robots in Disguise, car robots. In America, in English-speaking countries, you're going to know it as Robots in Disguise. I love different eras of Transformers. Statistically, though, objectively, the numbers do not lie. G1 toys sell more. G1 designs sell more. You have your favorite era, that's awesome. For whatever reason, and maybe it's because there's the audience is of a certain age, I don't know, disposable income, however you want to wrap it up, that's fine. But G1 sells way more. Do I think the Skybound comic would have been as successful? That is a fair question. I don't know, honestly. I don't know if something that wasn't evergreen, if you want to call the G1 designs evergreen, would have been as successful. I do know that Hasbro's new initiative, because we saw this even at Toy Fair, the banners that they're using, the Optimus Prime is literally just G1 Prime. There is no longer like the weird Cyberverse, like there's no the modern evergreen. They were literally, and I don't know if this is going to be if this is going to be something that's carried forward. And I posted the picture on the Discord, but it's literally just a G1 banner. It's literally it's the bots from G1. I mean, obviously, modern art techniques, if that makes sense. Like they look high quality. They're not like poor quality G1, but it's basically the G1 designs, but modern, like Daniel Warren Johnson, whatever you want to say. So even Hasbro is like completely embracing it now. They're not even trying to do modern evergreen designs. They're just saying, oh, here's G1. That's what we're using. That's our style guide. How long that is going to last, I don't know. I don't know how long that'll last. I'm cool with it though, because to me it's like Darth Vader. Okay? To me it is like Darth Vader. You can have Darth Vader in offshoots, in alternate universe stuff, the samurai armor toys and shit like that. You can do Darth Vader like that. But Darth Vader's always going to look a certain way to people. I feel that way at this point for the Transformers. Optimus Prime is always going to be G1 Optimus. I mean, he just is at this point. Bumblebee is going to be either a Camaro or a bug, depending on who you talk to. In this house, he's a bug. This is all I'm saying. But again, I say all of that, but again, even the banner at Toy Fair was G1 Bumblebee. He was a bug. He had a mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like it was classic Bumblebee. Like they're moving away even from the Bayverse concepts of Bumblebee. But the cartoons have been doing that too. So like things are shifting in a sort of retro direction for Transformers. So far, it seems to be a good sign. And I say that because the sales are reflecting it. The Energon Universe comics, they're selling better than Marvel, than DC. They're selling better than any Hasbro comic ever produced. They're selling better than licensed comics. Transformers Energon Universe regularly outsells every other licensed title. Star Wars is a quote-unquote bigger IP than Transformers. The Star Wars comic line has been canceled because it couldn't maintain sales at Marvel. The Star Wars comic line was canceled. Transformers is the most successful it's ever been. The Energon universe is the most successful universe in comics. Yeah, Marvel and DC included. You gotta let that set in. That's awesome as a Transformers fan. I love Transformers. I do. I mean, I know that this isn't Transformers, but Linkin Park, also huge Transformer fans. that was my favorite thing about when I got to meet Mike Shinoda and Chester Bennington. Well, I'm talking obviously this was 2004, but like legitimately huge Transformer fan. So obviously Linkin Park went on to do music for two of the Transformer movies. I'm going off on a tangent, but like Transformers has always mattered to me. I've always been a very passionate Transformers fan, and I love it. But it's never gotten attention like this. And I understand that it's comics, and you can say whatever you want to about people reading. Manga sales are the biggest they've ever been, so don't tell me people aren't reading. People are reading more than ever before. Kids are reading more than ever before. The Transformer comics are selling crazy. The trades are selling like crazy. Kids are reading, and because the Transformer Energon universe is not just adults, and that's what's awesome. It is bringing in teenagers. It's bringing in the older teenager crowd, and that's really cool. I know that between the stuff that I post on TikTok and the shorts I post here, the ages are dramatically different compared to other Transformers content. That's a big deal. So Transformers is doing all the right things. Now they just need a fucking game, and the game is coming. It's just not coming fast enough. And the trouble with Reactivate kind of slowed everything down because Hasbro was betting on Reactivate. Reactivate not happening meant that, again, they had to literally fucking start over from scratch. There is no Reactivate being used. Reactivate's gone. No one even has Reactivate. The people who say they have Reactivate are just reusing and relying on old Transformers Impact and Rise content that wasn't shared at the time. No one has a build of Reactivate. No one. Reactivate's gone. No studio has it. No person has it. There is a build. Many people have this. There is a build of Transformers Rise that you can get on and play. That's out there. Way more people have it than you probably realize. They try to gatekeep it. It's weird. It's real. The clout among weird little online things is always odd to me. Anyway, but it's all Transformers Rise. Reactivate is dead. It's not getting rebooted. It's not getting reimagined. It's dead. So all that being said, we're in a new era. But to get to this new era, it's taking some time. The best case scenario is the Transformers show will premiere in the spring of 2027, and the absolute optimistic scenario is that the Transformers game comes out holiday 2027 or spring 2028. But that's a fast turnaround. That's a really, really, I feel like I say that now it's considered a fast turnaround, but they used to make games within 2 years. So everything's just fucking worse. If you tell me there's no scenario where games should take this long or be this kind of crazy, and I'll stand by that. I could make a game faster. I could. Hasbro, call me. I'm an actual game designer now. Dan says, any news on the voice cast for the show or the game? Just that there's auditions for the show. The game, absolutely nothing. I think it's a hot minute before we hear anything about the game. Anything legitimate or worthwhile talking about. But I do know the show was having auditions. I know the showrunner, I forgot his name, Joshua. I'm sorry, it's not here. But the show was doing open auditions, so nobody was guaranteed to be cast or anything like that. I know Peter Cullen made his first appearance at a con recently. He hasn't been super well. I know Peter Cullen has recorded all the potential voice work he might be needed for Invincible. I think we're at a point where Peter Cullen is probably retiring, honestly, and he deserves it. I mean, he's 90. He started voicing Optimus Prime when he was 40. I don't think people realize that. He was not a kid when he got the role of Optimus Prime. He was older than me when he got Optimus Prime. But I know that Peter Cullen's daughter has kind of spoken on his behalf. He's not going to be doing as many cons. So I think we're at a point where Peter Cullen, the potential for Peter Cullen to come back is gone. All that's left of Peter Cullen, is in terms of gaming, the work that he did for Rise, Reactivate, and honestly, we're never going to see that. Honestly, it's probably all been deleted. It's gone. more than likely 99%. The 99% chance is that it's gone, just like Batgirl. They're not allowed to keep those things. Those things all have to be deleted. Like it's gone unless somebody stole it, which is what happened with Transformers Rise. Somebody stole a build of Transformers Rise and passed it out. As far as I know, 40 people have it. There are 40 people out there who have Transformers Rise because a certain Affinity employee effectively stole it. I don't care. I don't judge. But that's the only kind of phrasing. Company property. He got it out of there and passed it around. But yeah, so like the last work of Peter Cullen was Reactivate, and we're never gonna hear that. That's gone. Uh, let's see. Yeah, Peter and Frank. Yeah, and Shia LaBeouf showed up too, which was really fucking weird. Shia's interesting. Um, yeah, again, if we could get another movie with Peter Cullen and if we could get another like Peter Cullen Frank Welker movie, that would be awesome. But depending on how long it takes, it's looking less and less likely because he is like I know I'm probably off on his age, but he's like 88. Like he either is 90 or like almost 90, and it's like the man's going to definitely retire, sooner or later. Frank Welker is a different story. Frank Welker at this point, I don't he's not retiring. Like he's not. He's gonna be the voice of Freddy in Scooby Doo until I mean like he's gonna be doing that until he passes. Like and he's gonna be Freddy and Scooby Doo like right up until the day he passes. But Peter, I think Peter is pulling back on like voice work, and I don't think he's gonna have the commitment to be the lead in an animated show. I don't. And I respect it. Like I don't think he's gonna have the energy for that. He's 84. Okay, so yeah, I don't. He's not gonna have the energy for that. Not to be the lead in an anime show. Okay, me. This is really good. Like legitimately, this is really good. Um, let's see. Peter's been doing a lot of work as NASA's program face. Oh, cool, right on. That doesn't surprise me. I know the NASA relationship was cool for him, um, but that's cool. Let's see. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Frank is, but Frank is that's what I mean. Like Frank is everywhere. He's not he's not retiring anytime. He's not retiring anytime soon. He just isn't. Uh, he's going to be all these characters until he passes. Which again, I'm not trying to be morbid. I just mean like based on because I think Frank is also almost again he like is he's up there like he's with 80 90 yeah. Oh okay, so am I. I'm hungry too, so I'll make lunch in just a second. Um, I'm about to get off for lunch. If you didn't realize the plot twist, but I will be playing. I'm gonna play some Fortnite because my work day is pretty much done after this. Okay. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, like Frank Welker's laundry list of voices. What I don't think is, I don't necessarily think Frank is going to be the main voice of Megatron in a cartoon either. I love Frank Welker, but I I, I don't. Hmm. I love Frank Welker, and this might be weird of me to say, and if you feel differently, I don't care. You're allowed to. But like, if you're not going to have Peter Cullen as the main Optimus, then you shouldn't. Then Frank Welker shouldn't be Megatron. To me, it's like Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy, he was awesome. He's Batman. I don't. I know he's passed, but he is Batman. Kevin Conroy is Batman. That's the voice I hear when I read Batman comics. It's Kevin Conroy. He is a gay icon. Kevin Conroy did not ever hide the fact that he was a homosexual. He wasn't ashamed of it. His husband and his husband was an absolutely really kind, very nice man. Just not a celebrity. Stayed out of spotlight. I have so much respect for Kevin. Kevin's Batman. But if Kevin can't be Batman, then Mark Hamill's Joker is like that's it. That's it for me. I'm sorry, and I feel that way about Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. if Frank is not going to, well, if Peter really, if what Peter's daughter said is accurate, and Peter is, doing less work, then I mean that pretty much is it. Frank Welker's Megatron also needs to retire. But again, that's just me. That's how I feel about it. Miguel is asking, did you show your daughter Delilah yet? Oh yeah, the character from our upcoming game. I have not shown her Delilah yet. I still have to. I've had a crazy, not in a bad way. Just I've had a busy work week. Let's see. Dan says the question is, are they going to use? No, they're using voice actors. This is for the animated series. I'm now again some celebrity voices. I don't know if I should say this. I don't know if I should say this. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Robert Kirkman's favorite Transformer character is Robert Kirkman's favorite, and I mean like legitimately favorite Transformers character is Hot Rod. Your idea of what a celebrity is might vary. I grew up with Judd Nelson. I love Breakfast Club. I love Judd Nelson. I got to meet him once, and he's awesome. If you consider Judd Nelson a celebrity casting, yes. Hot Rod, getting Judd Nelson back for Hot Rod is a priority. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it is a priority. Hot Rod's already appeared in the Energon universe. Yes. So yes. Yes. That's celebrity casting. Optimus Prime and Megatron are considered leads. They're going to be mainstays. The cost and stuff. Look on the level. Again, because these people are all voice actors. Like, my best example is look at how they cast Invincible. If you consider Stephen Yeun and J.K. Simmons stunt casting, then you have no idea of their voice work and that they are recognized and respected voice actors. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. They are actors in film and television, but to me, they're respected actors. They're not douchebag celebrities on the level of Tom Cruise and the cunt that is, Tom Cruise is a cunt, but so is Will Smith. They're not that level of stunt casting. In my opinion, I mean, I feel very strongly about this. So if you're wondering about the direction they're going to go in for Optimus Prime and Megatron, they're going to go for the best voice actor for the job. Stephen Yeun and J.K. Simmons, they were the best for Invincible. They're going to go for the best for Optimus and Megatron for the Energon Universe show. And that's why it's an absolute open... It's completely open casting call. There's no restrictions for any of these characters from what I have heard. So, yeah, that's where we're at with that. Let's see. I read that one. Dan says, learn something new every day, I guess. Rest in peace to Kevin. Learn something new. Did you not know Kevin passed or that he was gay? I don't know which one you learned. I love the Dragon Ball art, by the way, Miguel. That's awesome. I'm really feeling that. Let's see. Wolf. Hello, Wolf. Wolf said, if I could, I would cast Sam Witwer as Megatron. Fuck. That's good. God damn. That's really good, Wolf. You don't hear Sam Witwer said a lot. All right, so one, I already have a lot of respect for you, whoever the fuck you are. Dropping Sam Witwer, it is huge props. Like that's fucking. That is. Fuck's sake, the streamer, Miguel, pin Wolf's comment. Go do your job, motherfucker. Miguel, go. Pin Wolf's comment. That's the pin comment for this. For this live stream, Sam Witwer as Megatron is the pinned comment. Do it. Let me know when you did it. Dan did not know Kevin Conroy was a gay icon. Oh, wow. Yeah, he is. I've talked about it before, but again, different channel, Discord, all that kind of shit. But yeah, I always respected Kevin, and like to me, it's always like, no, the best Batman's gay because I I always use that when people are like, well, you could, I mean, if, how do you pin, you son of a bitch. Okay, there are three little, you know what? There are three little dots, and then you click on the dots next to that comment, and then there's a button that says pin message. So look for the three little dots. You might have to, well, no, you shouldn't have to like refresh. I'm going to give you a second to do it before I do it so that this is a learning experience. And then, I'm going to be getting off because I actually legitimately am hungry. My son and I are both hungry because we get hungry pretty much at the same time. I did check chat. I saw chat. I'm seeing what's going on. I don't know why I posted it all in chat instead of art, but whatever. You haven't pinned it yet. Anyway, distractions aside, Sam Witwer, I respect that. That's genius casting. I would cast him as, yeah, I'd cast him as Megatron. Damn, I love that wolf. That's good. I love that. Okay, so so we're at 51 minutes, so we're kind of getting ready. Any last minute questions, comments, any little fun asides? We will be live again to talk Transformers tomorrow. I've got some scheduled Transformer videos because again, I'm going all out on Transformers. We're about to have there's about to be a turn. So like Transformers fandom is there's going to be a lot to talk about. There's going to be a lot to talk about, so therefore I'm going to be talking about Transformers because one, I love Transformers, and two, there's going to be stuff to talk about, so I'm talking about it. Our Energon Universe reviews will continue to come and be casual and fun like that because I love the comics and I will advertise and talk about those comics. But yeah, so we're going to be live on Transformers again tomorrow. There are some Transformers videos getting scheduled and coming up. His buddy Proxy, no. Now that I have to disagree with. Now, Dan, thank God you are not a casting director because that's an absolute mistake. No. One, that would look like stunt casting. Two, David Collins is not an Optimus Prime. He's not. David Collins is a Bumblebee. Let's be honest. I love David Collins. If David Collins is watching this, I love David Collins. But David Collins is not an Optimus Prime. He is a Bumblebee if he was to be in Transformers at all. Or he's a Prowl even. But he's not Optimus. Sam Witwer is Megatron. Wolf, mad props. That was inspired. Like fucking legit inspired casting. Just to mirror the best friends voice acting in the same project. Yeah, but Frank Welker and Peter Cullen didn't know each other when they were cast in Transformers. Like, so it doesn't mirror it. It doesn't. Wolf, again, I really do. Sam Witwer as Megatron is very inspired. Very fucking inspired. He deserves that role. He would be great to elevate to that. Like, oh my God. I'm going to be talking about this with my friends off the air. That is so good. So, descriptions to join the Discord is in the chat. It's in the description. All those fun little links, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, all of those different ways to touch us is all available there. So we will be in the Discord. We're always chatting it up. We're always, talking, sharing looks at our game, having just a good old fucking time. But yeah, that's good. The Sam Witwer as Megatron, honestly, like that's so good. That might even get its own video, honestly. Wolf, do not be surprised if you see a video pop up tagging you, because that is so good that it just needs to be talked about more. Okay, so I think we're about done here. Like I said, scheduled videos are coming. Those will on the Transformers channel. Maybe even another extra one now that Sam Witwer as Megatron has inspired me. So fucking good. Let's see. Dan is talking about Liam Neeson and Josh Brolin as Optimus Prime. Not for the TV show. Liam Neeson, one, they already tried to get. I mean, Michael Bay almost got Liam Neeson. I'm going to go off on a tangent here, but those are all terrible. Like, Isaac C. Singleton is a better Megatron voice. Absolutely, hard disagree. Liam Neeson, his act, like, not for Optimus. And Josh Brolin, Like just because he's like just I just the no, mm-mm, no, because like those again, Optimus keywords. Be strong enough to be gentle, and whoever you get has to be that. Like, and Isaac Singleton, violently disagree. Thoughts on his Cell design? Oh yeah, Cell. I loved all of them, man. Like legitimately, I love all the art you've posted. I have no complaints. I love it. The vibe is so. It is Dragon Ball. It is distinctly. You 100% know it's Dragon Ball. The silhouettes are all there. I have no. Oh wow, you can't pin as a moderator. That's dumb. That is so fucking dumb that moderators can't pin messages. Either I've done something wrong or YouTube is a cunt. It could go either way at this point. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that wraps us up. That wraps us up. There's a lot more Transformers to talk about, thankfully, as the year goes on, and nothing terrible goes awry. If anything does go wrong, again, it's the tariffs and it's Donald Trump. But hopefully Hasbro stays on their feet, and we continue to get this rollout of really good Transformers content that's planned, because everything's in the pipeline, everything's in production. We are so fucking close. We are so close. We're almost there. We just got to get to the finish line on one of these projects. So don't fuck it up. Hopefully, we get a sneak peek at San Diego Comic Con. I don't know why I brain farted. Hopefully, we get a sneak peek at San Diego Comic Con. Miguel is asking before I go. Okay, so last comment. I'm waiting. What's up? Linkin Park concert t-shirt. I felt appropriate. It's very cold in Texas, so I'm not in my. I've had a lot of comments on my black tank tops. I'm sorry. It's very cold. It's really cold outside for me. The artist also does Godzilla. Oh, nice. I am a huge Gojira fan. So close is in 2028. 2027. Holiday 2027 for the show. I think the show could make it in 2027. And the game could be announced in 2027. So 2027 is going to give us a little bit. We're going to get some good stuff. It's just a matter of time. I really do believe though the show can actually make it in 2027. And then announce the game in 2027 as well. So yeah, the movie's years away if it happens with Paramount. I'm fine with the movie taking time because it needs to. I mean, Transformers has been bombing at the box office. They need to do something different. I love the Godzilla art. You're free to post it. I'm always cool looking at art. Oh, you just did. Right on. That looks cool. I like that. Heck chat. Why are you telling the chat to go to hell? You son of a bitch. That is very unmoderator of you. All right, we're done. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Roll out. Technically, you say that at the beginning. I'm going to say it at the end, too. Roll out. Or I could be really sultry. Hey, you want to roll out with me later? Yeah, you do. You want to roll out with me? All right, now I'm done. I'm hungry. I'm going to go cook. Oh, and I'm going to be on Fortnite if anybody wants to play. I know Miguel's going to be there. Oh, yeah, the Max Land. Fuck Mac Landis. He's a sexual predator and a cunt, and he shouldn't be involved in any of these child properties. Now I'm done. Max Landis is a pedophile. Bye.